Hello, and welcome back to the Conscious Code series on the EmbodyME podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Renae. I am the Soul Brand Alchemist, and I help conscious digital entrepreneurs infuse their human design and gene keys into their brand, into their digital offer, and their marketing message so that they attract their soul-aligned audience and clients on autopilot with passion, courage, confidence, and therefore embody the impact that they know they came here to make. Now, if you'd like to learn how to infuse your human design and gene keys into your brand, your digital offer, and your marketing message, join us in the Soul Brand Alchemy program. There is an option for just the program, just the course, and there's an option for an upgrade to the mastermind where you can get personalized guidance and feedback directly from me. We have weekly group calls, making sure that your brand and everything that you're creating in your business is aligned with everything that you are and all of who you represent on a soul level. Oh, the link is in the show notes if you'd like to join us there. I am so excited to see what you create. So today we're talking about Gate 12, and I call this gate the Poetic Discernment. And in human design, this gate is called the Gate of Caution or the Gate of the Channel. It's located in the throat center, moving towards the solar plexus, connected to Gate 22 in the channel of openness, which is the design of the social being. In the gene keys, this is called a pure heart. And in the I Ching, it's called stand still. Heaven and earth diverge. And this is in the tropical sign of Gemini. And the first day it is in the Vedic sign of Taurus, but moves into Vedic Gemini for the next 5 days, the last 5 days, I should say, specifically in the Mrigashira Nakshatra. So the overall energy of Gate 12 is all about self-expression, authenticity, and the balance between individuality and collectivity. And it encompasses both the inward journey of discovering your true nature and the outward journey of expressing that authentic self to the world. So at its core, it represents a dialectic struggle between the need to honor and express one's individuality and the desire to be accepted by the collective. This can manifest as a swing between moments of profound individual expression and times of silence or withdrawal. So let's talk about the shadow of Gate 12, which is vanity. And this can manifest as a self-centered focus where one's love for self becomes excessive and creates a sense of separation or superiority. So the repressive nature, or if you're more in an introverted state, this can show up as being an elitist, where you consider yourself the refined version, where your vanity is working undercover, and you inwardly feel that you are clearer than those around you. Or if you're more of an extroverted person, this can show up as malicious. And this stems from anger, which stems from fear. And you openly use your vocal gifts to inflict pain on others. So in your shadow, it involves an excessive focus on yourself, believing in your own superiority or purity compared to others. And this self-centeredness can lead to a sense of separateness and an inflated ego, which hinders genuine connections with others. And you may set impossibly high standards for yourself and others, especially in the realm of art and creative expression. And this perfectionism can create constant dissatisfaction and frustration as nothing seems to meet the idealized vision that you had. You have a fear of imperfection or failure, and that can actually paralyze you, causing hesitation and inhibition in expressing your emotions and ideas through art. And this fear may prevent you from sharing your creativity with the world until everything feels flawless. Because of this fear of not living up to your own standards or others' expectations, that it may lead you to withholding your creativity and emotions from others. You might avoid expressing yourself authentically, fearing the criticism or rejection. And in the refined palette of this gate, in the shadow, it may lead to a tendency to dismiss or criticize others' art or creative expressions if they don't meet your high standards. And this can create a sense of superiority and arrogance. So in your shadow, you can be overwhelmed by your emotions and have a fear of rejection where you're not able to express your emotions creatively, and that can be overwhelming at times, leading to emotional outbursts or being dominated by turbulent feelings. But that brings us to the gift of Gate 12, which is discrimination. And that can be seen as a refined sense of discernment that extends to perceiving the highest potential and expressing it through various forms of art, communication, or self-expression. It's a very Gemini gate, right? Gemini both in Vedic and tropical astrology. So in the gift, you are very poetic. You have a very poetic expression, and you have the innate ability to express your emotions through poetry and art. Your creative flair allows you to convey your feelings in a unique and captivating manner, touching the heart of others. You have a very discerning sense of taste and appreciation for beauty, which drives you to create art that inspires and uplifts you and others, and your artistic expressions have the power to transform perspectives and evoke deep emotions in those who experience them. And through your poetry and art, you gain emotional clarity and understanding through channeling your emotions into creative outlets that helps you process and navigate complex feelings, leading to personal growth and self-awareness. So you recognize the importance of restraint and meditation in making decisions and confronting temptations. By standing still and waiting for the right mood, you allow your ideas and expressions to mature, leading to impactful and meaningful communication. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's connected to the emotional solar plexus. Even though it's coming out from the throat, it wants to, touch that emotional part of us, right? And express the emotional part of us. So waiting for the right mood to do that is very important. And your expressive voice has the potential to bring about positive change and transformation in others. Your insights and creativity can shift people's perceptions and hold them up to new possibilities. So through your art, through your creative expression and your communication, you're able to shift perspectives through that emotional connection that you create when you speak and when you create the art that you create. And you hold idealistic visions of beauty, art, and grace. This optimistic outlook fuels your creative endeavors and inspires you to strive for a fairer, more compassionate world. You really have this discriminatory taste of art. What's valuable? What is good artful expression and what is not? And your gift lies in discerning authenticity in yourself and in others. You have an intuitive sense of what is true and genuine, and you can spot when someone's expressions aligns with their authentic self. And that actually brings us to the Siddhi, or highest frequency of Gate 12. And that happens to be purity, which represents a state of pristine clarity and allows individuals to perceive the inherent beauty and perfection within themselves and the world around them. So in this higher state, you are connected to Source. Your art and poetry serve as a direct connection of the source of inspiration. When you're aligned and in the right mood, your expressions become a channel for divine insights that can deeply touch and move others. Your creative language and art stems from a place of purity and love. When you tap into your heart's essence, your expressions become powerful and resonate with others at a profound level. And you have a capacity to transmit emotions through art, which makes you a great educator and inspirer, and you can effectively teach and motivate others, helping them connect with their emotions and creative potential. And one of my favorite clients actually has this gate as her conscious sun, and it literally describes her so well. She's very poetic in the way she talks. The way she just communicates everything is just so skillfully done to where it is like this poetic transmission that I receive when I listen to her speak. So it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful gate to have. Your gift ultimately is to use art and expression as a vehicle for transformation. Your creativity has the power to break down barriers, challenge norms, and inspire people to evolve to higher states of consciousness. So you go from the shadow of vanity to the Siddhi of Purity through the gift of discrimination. Having the discernment to express yourself artistically and creatively in order to start a movement or help people see things from a higher perspective, ultimately, from your pure perspective. And if you have this gate in your chart, you can use this in your brand and business by being poetic in your expression, by creating art and helping others tap into their artful expression, by having the discernment to know what is of good value and what is not, what can be eliminated and what needs to be almost put on a pedestal and displayed for all to see in order to shift their perspective. And here are some contemplative questions you can ask yourself if you have this gate active. Have I ever experimented with using art and poetry as a way of emotional understanding and expression? How can I cultivate a balance between self-love and empathy for others, avoiding the pitfalls of vanity or self-centeredness? And what does discernment mean to me? How can I deepen my ability to recognize and align with my highest potential? And here are some tips that you can use to further embrace the shadow of vanity and embody the gift of discrimination and purity. Embrace your uniqueness. Recognize and celebrate your individuality. Your artistic expression and discernment are gifts that set you apart. Embrace your authentic self and allow your unique qualities to shine. Explore different art forms. Engage in various art forms that resonate with you, whether it's visual arts, music, writing, or any other creative medium. Explore and experiment to find the forms of expression that bring you joy and fulfillment. And practice mindful communication. Pay attention to the words you use and the impact they have on others. Practice thoughtful and compassionate communication, using your discernment to convey your ideas and feelings in ways that foster understanding and harmony. So what a beautiful gate, the poetic discernment. Having the discernment to know what to say, how to say it to impact others, what is artful creative expression and what is not, what is of value and what is not. Ultimately, being cautious and making sure that there is a balance between love for yourself and love for those around you. So with that being said, I will see you again in the next Human Design Gate podcast episode. Mwah.